Hello! In today's lesson, we are going to learn how to write percentages as decimals. Why is this necessary? The fact is that when we use a calculator, we can easily type decimal notation on this calculator. Therefore, percentages need to be converted into decimal fractions as well. So, let's turn to our wonderful percentages. So, 25%. Now in this case, of course, we can write 25% as an ordinary fraction. As a fraction, that is, it is 1/4. But we're talking about we need a decimal fraction, so we're going to do it a little bit differently. So we'll write 25% as 25 divided by 100. And then if we have a denominator of 100, then I can easily write our percentages as a decimal, and that's 0.2500. This is how our percentages can be written as both an ordinary fractional number and a decimal fractional number. For this purpose, it is enough to divide by 100. Next, let's break down 60% with you. And again, according to the rule, we divide 60 by 100. We can express this fractional number as a decimal. However, if we subtract 10 from 60 and 100, we will have 6 decimal places. And then our decimal notation will be a little bit shorter, and then it will be 0.6 decimals. So, in order to write the percentages in the form of a decimal fractional number, we only need to divide by 100, and then already write down by the rules of the decimal fraction. Well, and the next example, 80%. Again, according to the rule, we divide 80 by 100. Let's decrease both the numbers 80 and 100 by 10. As a result, we obtain the number 80 again. If I'm talking about the fractional number 80, then I can write down as 0 whole 80. Here's how you can consistently express percentages as decimal fractions. Now you can always achieve this. Let's try to write 4% as a decimal fraction. So I'm dividing 4 by 100. 4 hundredths. Let's write that down as a decimal fraction. That would be 0.4 hundredths. So 4% is 0.4 hundredths. And another example, 142%. The rule of thumb is that we have to divide 142 by 100. And then I get, let's take the whole part. That would be 1.42 hundredths. And in this case, 1.42 hundredths. That's 1.42 hundredths. As you can see, we can always write percentages as decimals. And there's one more example, 103%. According to our rule, we have to divide by 100. 103 we divide by 100. And I get a fraction of 103 hundredths. 103 hundredths is an improper fraction, so we can write it down as a mixed number. 103 hundredths is one whole number and 3 hundredths. And then we can write that number as a decimal number. So that's 1.3 hundredths. Be careful. The decimal point must be followed by the number of zeros in the denominator, and we have 2 zeros in the denominator, and in the numerator we only have 1 sign. So I'm gonna add a 0 and write 3. The result is 1.3 hundredths. Remember the rules for writing percentages as decimals, and for today our lesson has come to an end. Goodbye. See you again.